Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. For those who are watching me for the first time, my name is Lionel and I cook traditional Provence dishes, all vegan. My aim with this channel is also to make you discover the culinary marvels of the southern region of France. For each video, I choose Provence dishes that I adapt and modify to make them 100% plant-based. I want to show you that actually vegan cooking is accessible to everyone and that vegan dishes can be as delicious as the non-vegan ones, without animal cruelty. In my video, I show you step by step how to achieve these succulent traditional dishes. Today, we are going to make a king cake, gâteau des rois as we call it in French. The king cake is a dessert that is eaten in the south of France, but also in some other Latin countries, to celebrate Epiphany. Epiphany is a Christian festival observed on January 6, commemorating the manifestation of Christ to the Gentiles in the person of the Magi, also known as the Great Kings, 12 days after Christmas. The story tells that they brought to Jesus Christ different presents, such as gold, incense, and myrrh. The cake in the shape of a crown was invented to represent the kings. The candied fruits represent the jewels that ornate a royal crown. The pearl sugar represents the diamonds. The coin, or la fève in French, was introduced as an object of luck to design who will be the king or the queen of the feast, but actually more practically, the one who will buy the cake for the next meal. The king cake of Provence is however different from the one prepared in other regions of France. It is actually a brioche with candied fruits that are famously produced in the city of Apt, in Provence as well, which is the capital of the world for candied fruit. So let's start and let's have a look at the ingredients and utensils you will need to realize this recipe. I've listed down below the ingredients and utensils in the description box. For the cake, 400 grams of flour, 60 grams sugar, 100 grams of butter, 1.5 teaspoon yeast, 100 milliliters of water, 1 medium-sized potato, 1 teaspoon salt, 1.5 tablespoon orange blossom water. To make the pearl sugar, 125 grams of icing sugar, 10 milliliters of water. For the egg wash, 1 tablespoon of caster sugar, 1 tablespoon of plant-based milk of your choice. For the glaze, 2 tablespoons of apricot jam, 2 tablespoons of water. A variety of entire candied fruits like orange, lemon, cherry, melon or angelic, whatever you can get. For the coin, 1 entire almond. A food processor with the batter hook and the kneading hook. A set of measuring spoons, a fork, a spatula, a medium-sized bowl, a shower cap, yes, that's very convenient, or a simple plastic bag, a cheese grater, a large baking tray, another large baking tray with a sheet of parchment paper, a rolling pin, a small ceramic bowl, a brush, a cooling rack, a pointy knife, a serving tray for cakes. To make the pearl sugar, put the icing sugar in a medium-sized mixing bowl and add 10 centiliters of water. start to combine with the fork. The mix is very dry, and that's how it's supposed to be at that stage. You just need a little bit of water, don't add more. When you see that you can't mix using the fork, continue with your hands. Pinch the sugar with the tip of your fingers. The sugar will start to make a ball. Use that bowl to catch all the icing sugar bits by pressing it to the bottom of the mixing bowl. At the same time, squeeze time to time the icing sugar ball in your hands to make it compact and malleable. After 5 minutes or so, all the sugar will be absorbed. When the ball is formed, squeeze it to try to make it as compact as possible with your hands. You need some strength there. Then take a tray and place the cheese grater in the middle. You obtain little pearl shapes. If they are too long in shape, shred with narrower motion. In between shreds, reform the ball and continue until there is no more icing sugar ball. Spread the pearls gently in the tray to allow them to dry, and then let dry in a cool dry place. By the end of the recipe, the pearls should be ready. To start the dough, you need to cream the potatoes. In a food processor bowl, add the cooked potatoes and the vegan butter. Fix the mixing dough hook. Start to mix at speed 1 for a while. Gradually increase the speed. When the vegan butter and potatoes look like a paste, add the water and mix at speed 2. Stop the food processor and use a spatula to bring the ingredients to the center of the mixing bowl. Start at speed 1 and gradually increase the speed. When you obtain a smooth creamy paste, stop the food processor. Mix with a spatula to verify there are no potato bits left. If there are some bits left, continue mixing until they are all gone. Add the yeast, then the flour, the sugar, and the salt. Fix the dough mixing hook, and don't forget the orange blossom extract. Start to mix at speed 1. When all the ingredients form a shaggy dough, stop mixing. Remove the dough mixing hook and replace it by the kneading hook. We are going to knead the dough to develop the gluten. Start at speed 1 and mix for 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, increase the speed to speed 2 and mix for 6 minutes. After 6 minutes, stop the mixer. Check the dough elasticity. If you can stretch the dough and it doesn't tear, your glutinous network is built and solid. This way, the dough will retain the gas of fermentation and will rise nicely. Remove the dough from the hook. Shape it roughly into a ball and put it into a middle-sized bowl that you have previously oiled to prevent the dough from sticking. Cover the bowl with a shower cap or a plastic bag. The dough is going to have its first rise. Check in the yeast package the right temperature for optimal rising. Mine needs 30 to 36 degrees Celsius to rise, so I set my oven to 40 degrees. I use a thermometer to make sure it's not too hot. If it's too hot, you might kill the yeast bacteria and it will never rise. Some ovens have a proofing functions and that's the ideal. After 1 hour 30 to 2 hours, your dough should have doubled in volume. Punch it to degas the dough. Then reshape it into a ball. Place it back into the salad bowl and cover with a plastic cap. Put it back in the oven at 40 degrees Celsius. Let it proof for another 1 hour to 1 hour 30 until double in size. Punch it again to remove the gas. Bring the tray with the parchment paper to your working station. Dust some flour and put the dough there. Start to pull the edges of the dough back to the center and press to seal the dough in itself. Then with the palm of your hands, flatten the dough to expel gases and fold the dough in itself and seal the fold with your fingers. Repeat it again twice. And flatten the dough strip. Then take one edge of the dough strip and roll it in itself. Then shape it again as a ball and let it rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take the rolling pin. First flatten the dough with your hands. And continue with the rolling pin until you obtain a circle larger than your open hand. Pierce a hole in the center and stretch it out. Then start to fold the dough in itself, starting from that hole in a circular motion, turning the dough disc quarters by quarters. Seal well the fold with your fingers. Repeat the same operation another 2 times, until you obtain something like a sausage, like a circle sausage. For the last fold, pay particular attention to pinch the fold very well. If you don't, it will open when baking in the oven and you won't obtain a nice result. Place the dough crown with the pinch edge down into the baking tray. Make sure you have a nice circular shape. Place a bowl of hot water in the middle of the crown and put the tray in the oven to proof for 1 hour 30 to 2 hours. The dough is fully proofed when you press it with one finger and the dough doesn't bounce back. That means it doesn't have force to continue rising. When the dough is fully proofed, take it out from the oven. In the meantime, set your oven to 160 degrees Celsius. To prepare the egg wash, mix 1 tablespoon of sugar with 1 tablespoon of plant-based milk. Mix well. Apply the egg wash all over the surface of the dough. That will help to have a nice brown and shiny color. When the oven has reached temperature, put the tray with the dough and let it bake for approximately 20 minutes or until golden to brown. Check the dough because ovens are all different and you don't want it to be overbaked. When the dough is baking, prepare the glaze. In a saucepan, add 2 tablespoons of apricot jam. Then add 2 tablespoons of water. Mix well with a fork. And put the saucepan on the stove on medium heat. Bring to a small boil and stir. Let it boil for around 1 minute and remove it from the fire. Transfer to a small bowl and let the glaze cool down completely. Your cake has baked now for 20 minutes. Remove it from the oven. Let it cool down a bit, and when you can touch it, transfer it to a cooling rack. Let it cool for at least 30 minutes. Your cake and glaze have both cooled down now. You can start to cover the crown entirely with the apricot glaze using a brush. Apply the glaze gently with the brush on every surface of the cake. That will protect the cake from drying out. I almost forgot to put the coin, and with a sharp knife, pierce on the side of the cake a small hole and insert the almond inside to make it completely invisible. When it will be covered by the glaze, you won't see it. When the crown is entirely glazed, you can decorate it with the pearl sugar. The glaze will help the sugar to stick to the edges of the cake. Don't put pearl sugar in the top, only on the edges. Place the crown back to the cooking rack. Now you can add the candied fruit to finalize the decoration. Here I have orange and lemon candied fruit and cherries. Be liberal here and put as much as you want. But put candied fruits only on the top of the crown. They will stay on the cake, stick by the apricot glaze. Be creative and make it pretty. Your king cake ou gâteau des rois is ready. And remember, the person who will get the coin, the almond in the recipe, will be the king or the queen of the meal. Traditionally, we will crown this person with a golden paper crown.
这个也不是太甜，它的很有适度，让这个面包呀更有味道，就很有果香味儿。这个面包很有果香味儿。反正挺好吃的。
I hope you like this video. If you want to see more content like this, you just know what to do. Subscribe, like, and click the bell to be notified for the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time. Bye!